Rabbi Ruchi. Have a great time. This should be very yeah. It's channeled. Yeah, we definitely, I'll come through. Maybe even with no. Yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful. New guy, Marty Chilla, like Chilla. Looks good in here.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I remember one of the first times I was on the stage, I said, how many of you have not met me yet? And so many hands went up, and I'm so happy to say, so many fewer hands would go up now if I asked that. I have met so many of you and given hugs and shaken hands. And I want to recognize what a marvelous place we are in tonight. Because every single person in this room believes in the power and the joy of music and the arts and performance and all the things that we need right now. As I sat in the back of the room, I heard the instrumentalists warming up. And sometimes that's a rare sound these days, to hear real instruments getting into tune. I have heard these musicians prepare for this day for a month now and more. You're in for such a treat tonight. So that we don't interrupt things, if you have one of these, please turn it off.
Yeah.
Not only because your neighbor will not like you if it goes off in the middle of the performance, but because this thing represents the outside world. The outside world that's vibrating and buzzing and trying to get you to pay attention. But here tonight, we are here together. Let's leave the outside world behind us. There'll be plenty of time to worry about those things. There are two offerings tonight, an Act 1 and Act 2, and a 15-minute intermission. And then, please do not rush out of the building because you will miss the ice cream. I'll be serving it up myself. We have toppings. We have caramel, chocolate. We even have some, I think, some mint cookies that we're grinding up, and you can put them on top. How many people like that? So I am thrilled to be the person to introduce the first artist and the first songs coming up here. A man that truly needs no introduction, but I'm going to do it anyways. Rabbi Yitz. What a guy. Rabbi Yitz has been making music in one way or another here for more than 52 years. So I've missed a few years. But I know that every time that I talk to this man, I leave with a smile on my face and a lightening of my step. And he is absolutely magnificent. His first song, Avraham Nagun and Sarah Nagun, is dedicated by Carolyn Walker Sprung to David Sprung, right over here. Thank you so much. Aw.
Nice.
Blowing some kisses. And the second song, or actually the third song, Treasure Each Day, is dedicated in memory of Gail Harvey, of blessed memory by Leonard Harvey. So, well, you're in for such a treat. I would like to hand it over to Rabbi Yitz, and let's give him a round of applause. And to all of you, welcome.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Good evening. Oh, you're ready for music. That's cool. Okay, here we go. Thank you. This is wonderful that you're here. It really is such a beautiful experience to be in community right now and to do something beautiful for the sake of beauty, for the sake of uplifting our spirits. So, that set of songs arose in my heart a long time ago. It was honoring our first Hebrew ancestors, Avraham and Sarah. Some 50 years ago, they were my firstborn wordless melodies, nigunim. One night, I was attending an interfaith conference with rabbis and ministers together talking about vision. I dreamt that night about meeting Avraham. And when I woke up, I opened my Tanakh and I looked for a passage about Avraham and came to the place where he received a blessing from Melchizedek. If you want to know the specifics of that, please just read the book. Then I went for a walk, and this music came to me. It was thrilling. I'd never had that experience before. Avraham had a vision of his descendants becoming a great nation. He knew that there would be times of challenge as well as times of profound blessing. Sarah was a great prophetess. Avraham was instructed by a heavenly voice to listen to her and follow her wisdom. Sarah taught us how to be patient, how to wait, for she waited so many years before the child she yearned to have was born. And in many ways, that's what it is to be Jewish. We're still waiting for the world to come to a level of fulfillment that we still are waiting for, and God willing, we'll experience in our time. This next song was composed much more recently. While sitting in a yard on the Oregon coast a couple of years ago, I sat and I watched and listened to a bird singing up in a tree. It stirred my imagination, and this song flew toward me. The dove, a symbol of peace, is yearning for a time of peace. The dove is cooing in the arms of the tree. The song she's singing, she sings to you and me. When will my time come? When will my time come? The dove is calling from the heart of the tree. Listen to her pleading voice, singing to set us free. When will my time come? When will my time come? Weapons of From these ways of war, we will someday be released. When will our time come? When will our time come? The tree is dancing in the winds of change. To honor the tree of life, we must rearrange. The dove song is moving in the depths of our hearts. The tree of life is waiting for us to only start. The time for peace will come. Time for peace will come. No more waiting. The time to change is now. From waging wars to making peace, we surely must learn how. The time for peace is now. 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 The dove is cooing in the arms of the tree. The song she's singing, she sings to you and me. Thank you. Takes a lot of energy to sing that song. It's so loaded. What a world we're in. I composed that song to honor the great teachings of our tradition, which inspire us with hope that we humans can evolve to a point when we finally realize the blessing of peace in our world. The words of the great Hebrew prophet Isaiah envisioned a future time when nations will no longer worship the terrible idol we call war. Isaiah envisioned a time when we will turn our swords into plowshares. May that time come soon in our day. The first step in getting to peace, I believe, is the belief that peace is possible. We have to go through our cynicism and our hold on the limits that humanity has shown over the history of humanity and envision something that was promised by our prophet Isaiah long ago. Tonight, we're entering the month of Adar. Does anybody feel a little bit of joy for no reason? Because the Talmud says that when Adar enters, joy increases in the world. So if you inexplicably feel a little spark of joy, thank Adar. Perhaps the greatest way to experience joy is through cultivating a heart that is grateful. This next song offers an opportunity to contemplate the gratitude we each hold in our hearts. Treasure each day. Thank you. you've given me another thing to feel grateful for. You. Not a thing. This next song tells those who have mourned for Jerusalem to celebrate and bring her joy. May she become a radiant symbol of peace as we learn to reconcile with our cousins, the children of Abraham and their mother Hagar. That's when Yerushalayim will radiate peace into the world. Simchat Yerushalayim. Thank you. That was good. I want to offer this last song in honor of the memory of its composer, my dear friend, Rabbi Aryeh Hirschfield of blessed memory. Rabbi Aryeh gifted us with his beautiful music for decades, and we sing his songs to this day, and I wanted to sing his song to this night also. This is also in honor of the prophet Isaiah, who spoke the words to which Rabbi Aryeh wrote this music. This vision foretells a time when we more than arrive at peace, but we live in it. And all peoples will celebrate the unity we have at last found in joining together in praise of the infinite one divine mystery called by so many names. Our tradition says that we're not forever stuck in darkness, that we can grow into light. My house will be a house of prayer for all peoples. And feel free to join us, please. How does it go? And they will come, my holy mountain, and rejoice in my house of prayer. They will come to my holy mountain, and rejoice in my house of prayer. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. And they will come to my holy mountain, and rejoice in my house of prayer. They will come holy mountain, and rejoice in my house of prayer. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. They will come to my holy mountain, and rejoice in my house of prayer. They will come holy mountain, and rejoice in my house of prayer. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. They will come to my holy mountain, and rejoice in my house of prayer. They will come to my holy mountain, and rejoice in my house of prayer. Thank you. And thanks to these wonderful musicians and singers. Such a joy to make music with you all. And Jesse, for your beautiful solo on Simcha Yerushalayim.
Thank you so much, Rav Yitz, for all you have given over the past 52 years at Temple Beth Israel. Isn't it awesome to get to applaud in the sanctuary? So our next offering is from Chazan Evelyn Gould, who has been leading and making music in this community since well before she officially was invested as a chazan, as a cantor. For about 28 years, we have been graced with her music, and tonight she's going to share 2 of her compositions with us.
That's not mine. It's not yours. Okay. This is mine.
Well, good evening. I am not a composer of songs, but I am a chazan. And so I spent a lot of time, messing around with music and with melodies and with rhythms that are useful for the liturgy. However, not long ago, I was commissioned to set to music a poem written by a Holocaust survivor. We'll call her GM. She began her life in Eastern Europe. She spent time in a work camp. She traveled to many countries in Eastern Europe, making art along the way. She's a wonderful artist. She found herself in Paris. It was 1948, and Paris was not the Paris that you imagine in your mind's eye. It was a scary place, kind of a violent place, and everything was unsettled. And while she was there, she wrote this poem. She would eventually make her way to Canada and then to the United States. The poem is called Je suis un étranger. I'm counting on most of you knowing enough French to get it. It means I am a stranger, but the word means stranger, outsider, foreigner, and even just a strange one, a strange person. And in the poem, she dreams of a place, of a country that is only existing in her heart. And she has a flash of hope, but then by the end, of course, everything is swallowed up in a certain kind of sadness. So, moi, je suis un étranger. Moi, je suis un étranger. Moi, je suis étranger. Moi, je cherche tous les jours un pays de mon cœur. Un pays de mon cœur où tous les gens sont amis. Le pays de mon cœur n'a plus de guerre. Il n'a plus de guerre. Moi, je suis un étranger. Moi, je suis étranger. Moi, je cherche tous les jours un pays de mon cœur. Le pays de mon cœur, il est beau. Au pays de mon cœur, les enfants ne sont pas perdus. Le pays de mon cœur, il est beau. Mais moi je cherche quand même ma vie, ma vie. La douleur est mon ami. Viens, viens, viens avec moi. Si tu viens, si tu viens, si tu viens avec moi, on va trouver le pays de mon cœur. Le pays qui est beau. beau si tu viens avec moi. On va trouver le pays de mon cœur. Le pays de mon cœur, il n'y a plus de guerre. Le pays, il est beau. Les enfants ne sont pas perdus. Viens. Mais moi, je suis tout seul. Moi, je suis un étranger. Moi, je suis étranger. Le pays de mon cœur est un mirage. Moi, je suis fatiguée. Moi, je suis fatiguée. Moi, je suis tout seul. Le pays de mon cœur, le pays de mon cœur n'existe pas. Moi, je marche tout seul. Le pays de mon cœur est un mirage. Moi, je reste un étranger. Moi, je reste un étranger. Ma vie, ma vie. La douleur est mon ami. I should have honored the fabulous and inimitable Emily Fox. No. I said inimitable. This next piece, I'm still not a composer, but I was required to write a couple of pieces for morning liturgy when I was in school, using the makam scales, the makamut. These are Middle Eastern scales that are really tricky to wrap your head around when you're a Western listener. As my beloved teacher used to say, stretch your ears. So this is a melody I've written to Ahava Rabbah, you all know. You know that Ahava Rabbah is about a great love surrounding us, coming down to us, if only we would open our hearts to it. And throughout this piece of liturgy, there are lamets, you know, reaching up and bringing down holiness and bringing down love. And it's all about lamet, teaching. There are all kinds of words based on the lamet. Ahava Rabbah, Ahavtanu, Ado Hashem, Elokeinu, Chem Lagidol Avitera Hamalta, Aleinu, Avinu, Malkeinu, Ba'avur Avotenu Vimotenu, Shebatechu V'cha, Vatlamdeim Chukei Chaim, Ken Tichonenu U'Tlamdeinu, Avinu Ha'av HaRachaman, Hamrachem Rachem Aleinu, V'tein B'libeinu, Lehavin U'lechaskil Lishmoa Lilmod, U'lelamed Lishmoa, לעשות ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה.
If you think that Khazan Evelyn Gould is wrong and that actually she is a composer, please give her another round of applause. So many of you, though not all of you, since we have many visitors this evening, know that every Friday night at Temple Beth Israel, we are blessed to be accompanied by a house band. And the core of that house band is 3 individuals who have been playing with TBI for over 20 years. Emily Fox has been playing for 20 years with TBI, and has shared many compositions of hers. And we're so delighted that she's sharing tonight 2 that don't usually get featured on Friday evenings.
Thank you. The Hebrew in this next song is from the Torah, the story of Jacob when he has a dream of the angels going up and down the ladder, and he wakes up and it says, God was in this place and I did not know it. A wider interpretation of this song would be that when we have an awareness of the Holy One, wherever it is, that's sacred ground. Could be everywhere. While looking at the Hebrew, this tune just came to me. And feel free to sing along or get up and move. Surely God is in this place. Loyadati, I did not know. How awesome is this place? Loyadati, I did not know. This is a house of God. This is a gateway to heaven. Surely God is in this place. Loyadati, I did not know. How awesome is this place? Loyadati, I did not know. This is a house of God. This is a gateway to heaven. Surely God is in this place. Loyadati, I did not know. He's a Beit Elohim. He's a Beit Elohim. somewhere about in 2003. All I know is I wrote it on a Friday night. I think I was thinking about peace. I never played it in public, ever, until Yossi, may his name be for a blessing, listened to it and said, let's do this for Shabbat Alive on the Noah portion. And in his Yossi way, he said, let's put Oseh Shalom into the end of the song. So we did, and it's there now. So please join me on any refrain and on the Oseh Shalom part as we wish for peace for all beings on this planet. Somewhere over the rainbow, somewhere over the seas, somewhere in our lifetime, may it be peace that we will see. May it be peace that we will see. Somewhere in the heavens, somewhere here on earth, somewhere in each of our hearts, may we come to know each person's worth, to know each person's worth. And somewhere where children are watching, and somewhere where the sun has not shined, somewhere where the trust has been broken, may love be spoken for a new design. Love for a new design. Somewhere where dreams are forgotten, somewhere where people still pray, somewhere here on the planet, may the dove of peace find her way. May the dove of peace learn to stay. You can join me now. Oh, say shalom bimromav. Ooh, ya say shalom. Shalom aleinu. Hey, how cold Yisrael. Hey, how cold Yoshvei Tevel.
Probably not the only one with not dry eyes. Thank you so much, Emily, and thank you, Yossi of blessed memory, for persuading you to bring that song to us. David Helfand is also part of the Friday Night House Band, usually playing octave mandolin, as he is in the pit with us this evening, but his original beloved instrument is the harp, and so he's going to share a harp piece with us. And he has been playing with us for about, he thinks, 30 years.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rabbi Ruhi. It is such a blessing to be here with you all tonight, and thank you all for being here. It is so wonderful to see you all. The piece of music that we will perform came to me after the first trip to Israel led by Rabbi Yitzhak and his wonderful, lovely wife, Shana, that my wife and I were so fortunate to be on so many years ago. My piece, called First Light, was deeply inspired by an incredibly glorious sunset we saw from the back of the bus as we were driving from Sfat to Jerusalem on the last night of Hanukkah. As we were driving, people in the cars in front of us were getting off to the side of the road doing evening prayers. It was an incredibly moving, emotional moment for me in time. And here is the piece called First Light, and it's on my album called First Light 2. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David. After this next song, we will have an intermission where you're welcome to get water and use the bathroom, and then come back for the next generation of TBI composers. But for the final offering of the, oh, we gotta lower this so everybody can see you, Vic.
Yeah, where am
For the final offering of the first generation, such as it is, we have someone who has been playing music in our house band for 26 years, and when we gather and prepare for our jam band Shabbats, he always reminds all of us to get in touch with our inner rock star. And tonight, Vic Hansen is showing you his.
Thank you. So I wrote this song back when I was young and had one of my first jobs. And you know, your first job usually when you're just out of college is like, it's just something you do for money, okay? And you're not going to make a career out of it. So it was kind of a funny job, and I was writing it going, yeah, this isn't really what I want to do. But my mom told me that's what I went to college for, so I aspired for greater things. This is called When Fools Go Rushing In. I get so tired of this old runaround. I'm not inspired. My job just gets me down. When I come on home to you, you know that it all sounds so true, that you don't know what you're missing till you see it slipping into view. Someday I'll find out what keeps me satisfied. Oh, it's just foolish pride. It keeps me coming back for more. Oh Lord, please help me find the door. My path is long when I grow weary. Take my hand and help me see the shore. Where fools go rushing in, they seem to say, our ship is sailing in, it comes today. I've had enough to last the night, and I know you think it sounds alright, but my mistakes are mine to make, and that's the way I want to live my life. Someday I'll show you, yeah, what I've been thinking of. The power of your heart, it'll keep your head above. Tide that rushes out to sea, will pull you eventually. You can stop and look around you and see if you can find a key. Where fools go rushing in, they seem to say, our ship is sailing in, it comes today. I've heard enough to last the night, and I know you think it sounds alright, but my mistakes are mine to make, and that's the way I want to live my life. to make, and that's the way I want to live my life. Thank you. And thank you guys. And surrounded by wonderful musicians. Woohoo! Thank you.
Yeah. Usually okay. Yeah. Your number sounded great. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, it sounded great. Really sounded okay? Okay, good. Yeah. Good, good. Oh. Hey, all right. Your set was beautiful. I loved it. My God. Great.
Friends, if you're able, please find your seats for our second half. It will. Hey, thanks for staying. I know it's getting to be a little bit of a late night for some of us. I was thinking about I calculated about 150 years worth of musical involvement at TBI that our first half of the evening represented collectively. But the second half is actually no slouch either, because Mina has been raising her voice in song at Temple Beth Israel since she was a wee school student here in this building about 27 years ago. She's going to share 2 of her songs with us this evening.
Thank you, Rabbi Ruchi. The first song I'd like to share is called Yirah. It gets its name from the Hebrew word yirah, meaning both fear and awe. I wrote this about the feeling of awe we get in nature, this mix of amazement and humility in the face of something so vast and powerful, like a great river, ocean, or standing atop a mountain. It's glorious, but it's also mixed with this feeling of fear, like you should run away. The moments I describe are in Canyonlands, Utah, taking moonlit walks in the sand along the canyon walls, feeling the rush of awe and fear as I approached closely. Swimming in the river, feeling so sublime until the river picks you up just a little too much with the current and you are suddenly aware of how strong it is. My understanding of Yirah is this very human feeling of amazement and apprehension at that which is unknown and great. forward slowly, going nowhere fast, letting the currents carry me, dragging my fingers in the sand, holding up my hands to the marbled sky, tracing constellations and satellites. And I wonder if all my fear is really I wonder if all my fear is really lying in a canyon. I feel so small, like everything about me couldn't matter at all. The canyon walls are towers surrounding me so big. Why do I want to run away from what is mountainous? Oh, I just want to know my fears are really I just want to know I'll land when I do fall. Walking in the dark on a moonlit path I'm making. 1 minute so peaceful, and the next the earth is quaking. The walls of the canyon almost feel too great, like anything could happen as I'm standing at the base. I feel overcome with wonder at the power of the river. I sit down and sing some blessings, 'cause that's all I have to give her. Oh, well, she gives me so much. I watch her gentle, mighty rush. All the while I remain careful, 'cause I know she can be tough. Oh, I just want to know my fears are really I just want to know I'll land when I do fall. I just want to know I'll land when I do fall. I just want to know my fears are really This next song I'd like to share is called Groundhog Day. My grandmother of blessed memory, Dr. Judith Romney Wegner, passed away on, she's so powerful, you know, from far away. Of blessed memory, she passed away on February 2nd, 2017, which was Groundhog Day that year. My grandpa, Peter Wegner, also of blessed memory, passed away 5 months later. They just had their 60th wedding anniversary. When they passed away, it hit me just what a great foundation of love their presence was in my life, and just how great and life-changing their loss would be. So I wrote this song processing that and my feelings at the time, and it started about a month after my grandma passed, and 5 months later, when my grandfather passed, I wrote the final verse and finished it. Some context for the lyrics. My grandma loved the movie My Fair Lady. She'd sing all the time, "All I want is a room somewhere, far away in the cold night air, one enormous chair, oh, wouldn't it be lovely?" she'd sing it in her British accent. And she'd sing it in the accurate British accent of the movie that was not her British accent. On my last visit with her, she gave me a Hebrew script pendant with the Psalm 137, the line from Psalm 137, Im eshkechech Yerushalayim tishkach yemini. If I forget you, Jerusalem, let my right hand forget its skill. And at the time, I didn't have a Hebrew study practice. I couldn't read the Hebrew without the vowels, and I had to ask Rabbi Jacob, who was the music teacher at the time, can you read this pendant out to me? And he shared these words with me, and they were floating around in my head for all this time when I was processing this. And finally, my grandma would send me a Jewish calendar every year, just in case I didn't have one. I didn't always have one, but I always have one now, and she would be so happy about that.
Grandma died on Groundhog Day. That year the spring never came. Winter, winter all year long. I can't stop singing her favorite song, singing, wouldn't it be lovely? Wouldn't it be lovely? Wouldn't it be lovely just to see you one more time? Wouldn't it be lovely if you could come down from above me? Not a day goes by that you don't fill my mind. Im eshkechech Yerushalayim, Im eshkechech Yerushalayim. Cherry blossoms on the trees. It doesn't feel like spring to me. Fruit appearing on the vine. I'm not fooled by all the signs, 'cause it's winter in my heart. Winter in my heart. I'm so cold and I can't talk to you. Just one wish, I'd be so selfish. I'd bring you back and ask all the things I never got to. The calendar you sent this year, I slowly turn each page in fear of the day I'll have to take it down. When I'm still here and you're not around, I don't see the children play. I don't see the light of day. The sun, it doesn't hit my skin, just passes through these holes within. Just 5 months later, Grandpa too, he missed you and he followed you. The bond you shared gives me faith, so I just cling to it while my heart breaks, 'cause every everything feels broken. Has God misspoken when they called your name and brought you back too soon? Till I see you again in Garden Eden. I will wait until then to see spring in full bloom. אם אשכחך ירושלים, אם אשכחך ירושלים. My grandma died on Groundhog Day. That year the spring never came.
With so much thanks to you, Mina, and to your grandmother. I know that it was that Kaddish year for her that brought you back to TBI after your post-adolescent hiatus. So we're all grateful for that. Zechariah Moses has been making music within the walls of TBI since about when he was born, which is to say around 19 years. And sharing some pretty brand new compositions with us.
My bandmates always complain I take too long to tune anyways, so I'm just going to take my time. Well, thank you to Mina for starting our set so beautifully. And what a glorious concert this is. When I was thinking about how I wanted my songs to be performed, my main vision was to have the stage filled with people and sound. And I believe my vision has become more than complete thanks to these wonderful musicians. And I just added this because of a reading I had at the University of Oregon on Monday night. In the words of Robin Kimmerer, quote, "The most important thing each of us could know is our unique gift and how to use it in the world. Individuality is cherished and nurtured because in order for the whole to flourish, each of us has to be strong in who we are and carry our gifts with conviction so they can be shared with others." And my, oh my, I know I have been nurtured and cherished my whole life by this community, and I'm about to share my gifts with you. This first song is called Power of Hashem. It's all about plate tectonics. I was inspired to write this song during a geology club field trip I had to Silver Falls State Park this past fall. The main melody to this song just hit me as I was riding in a van surrounded by fellow rock enthusiasts. So it felt glorious to speak on the otherworldly and the unimaginable power that our earth holds. Power of Hashem features Jesse Koninger on saxophone. Emotion no one has ever seen. You split the earth one by one. Struck Destruction really is your middle name. We've always known that you're mean. Your mama told me, baby, you ain't of this earth. You got the power of the gods since the day of your birth. You can bend, 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 bend the earth. 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 You got the power of Hashem, yeah. The power of Hashem, yeah. The power of Hashem, yeah. Power of Hashem, yeah. Be careful, baby. You got the power of Hashem. Must be magical, you create a new material. Your sounds must be visceral. Your face is so miserable. One crack, one face. Two cracks, two fates. Three cracks, new world. Four cracks and you're done. Your mama told me, baby, you ain't of this earth. The power of Hashem since the day of your birth. You can bend, 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 bend the earth. 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 You got the power of Hashem, yeah. The power of Hashem, yeah. Hashem, yeah. The power of Hashem, yeah. Be careful, baby. You got the power of Hashem. Say it with me. You got the power of Hashem, yeah. 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 Be careful, baby. You got the power of Hashem. Thank you. The second and last song of mine we'll be performing is Ruach, which means spirit. About a month ago, I had the pleasure of joining Oregon Hillel for their annual winter retreat, where me and about 30 other Jewish college students were sharing 4 cabins in Newport, Oregon. During this amazing and unique bonding experience, an idea to go swimming in the ocean was brewing in the middle of January. After all, it would be an amazing spiritual experience to submerge one's body in a mikveh. And this idea became a reality when Hillel's Kim Rosenthal, Sloan Church's Emily Bronstein, and myself took the plunge during a frosty sunrise Sunday morning of that trip. From that magical experience of dipping our bodies in the freezing waters was inspiring lyrics for this song, Ruach Mehamayim, Spirit from the Water. I took those lyrics and matched it to this melody I wrote almost 3 years ago, and out came this song. This song features our 2 violinists, the mother-son duo, and it features myself. Thank you.
bringing his ruach to us. Nope. Before I start my set, I want to thank all of the wonderful composers who have shared so far with us this evening. Rabbi Yitz, Chazan, Evelyn Gould, Emily Fox, David Helfand, Vic Hansen, Mina Wagner, and Zevariah Moses. I think we're up to a collective 200 years of musical experience at TBI represented this evening. And I want to thank this incredible volunteer band. I'm going to say their names. Vic Hansen and Ra'anan Fogel on guitar, David Helfand on mandolin, Joan Brown and Leo Folsom on violin, Jesse Cloninger on soprano sax, tenor sax, and clarinet, Rabbi Jacob Siegel on piano, Mark Hurwood on drum set, and Zevariah Moses on bass. The back-end logistics are also a lot of work, and so I want to thank Steve Ehrlich for the wonderful sound work. And any of you who are watching from afar or who hope to watch the YouTube again later owe a debt of gratitude to Tom Jacobs for volunteering to run the live stream this evening. And to the TBI staff for pulling together all of the logistics and bringing all hands on deck this evening, but especially Jody Kurtner and John Hirsch, and most especially when this idea was just a germ in my mind and I was not sure if I could pull it together, our new executive director, Ron Evans. Has basically spent the last 2 months cheerleading me and reassuring me that it can happen and pulling together all of the back-end logistics. So really thank you, and thank you, again, I said his name already, but to my beloved Rabbi Jacob Siegel, who also musically convinced me this would be possible and who's accompanying us on piano. So I'm really honored to share some of my compositions with you. I'm going to get to them. I want to let you really hear them shine first, okay? I have a plan.
Might not be any good.
I have a plan. No. Some of you know that I look for inspiration in my composition from each weekly Torah portion. And this first song that I'll be offering was inspired by Parashat Lech Lecha, in which our ancestor Avram is told to go forth into the unknown, and he receives a very ambiguous promise on behalf of all of us. And singing this with me are Becky Wallace and Marla Anderson-Worm. We shall be slaves, we shall be strangers among the nations, destined to roam, parting the waves, braving the dangers. We shall set out into the wilderness to return home. We are promised inspiration for the journey. We are promised to bring blessing to our friends as we grow through generations of our learning. We are promised that the story never ends. It into Rome, parting the waves, braving the dangers. We shall set out into the wilderness to return home. We are promised inspiration for the journey. We are promised to bring blessing to our friends as we grow through generations of our learning. We are promised that's the story never ends. It never ends. We shall be slaves. We shall be strangers among the nations, destined to roam, parting the waves, braving the dangers. We shall set out into the wilderness to return home. Thank you, Marla and Becky. Thank you. So I think it's worth acknowledging that even though we are gathered and I hope really enjoying ourselves, there is quite a lot to be heartbroken and outraged about right now. And I think that the voicing of lament as a practice is quite powerful. So these words that we'll sing next from Parashat Kitisa mean, why, God, have you flared in anger toward this people that you brought out of Egypt? Turn away from this anger. And I think crying out, our tradition says that crying out is the first step in shaking ourselves out of despair, in awakening the divine within and around us. So I dedicate tonight this song to the memories of the innocents slain in the Israel-Hamas war, particularly to the memories of Shlomo Mansour, Ohad Yahalomi, Tzachi Idan, and Yitzhak Elgarat, Zichronam Livracha, whose bodies were returned to Israel today, in the hopes that we might find another way than flaring in anger. בכוח גדול וביד חזקה. למה השם יכרע בך בעמך אשר הוצאת מארץ מצרים בכוח גדול וביד חזקה. שוב מחרון אפיך והנחם על הרע לעמך. שוב מחרון אפיך והנחם על הרע לעמך. למה השם יחרה אפיך בעמך אשר הוצאת מארץ מצרים בכוח גדול וביד חזקה. Thank you for holding that pain together. Thank you, Jesse Cloninger on saxophone and Rabbi Jacob Siegel on piano. Our next piece is inspired both as another Torah chant, since it is a direct quote from the book of Exodus, chapter 6, but I also wrote it to teach my daughters and other children at TBI the 4 promises of redemption that are the basis of the 4 cups of wine at the Seder. I will take you from Egypt. I will save you from their enslavement. I will redeem you. I will take you to be my people, and you will know that I am your God. And this piece is dedicated to the memory of Harvey Ginsburg, Zichrono Livracha, by his loved ones. Harvey loved music and loved an uplifting lullaby. והוצאתי אתכם מתחת סבלות מצרים, והצלתי אתכם מעבודתם, וגאלתי אתכם בזרוע נטויה ובשבטים גדולים, ולקחתי אתכם לי לעם. אתכם אל הארץ. והוצאתי אתכם מתחת סבלות מצרים, והצלתי אתכם one thing I love, among many things, about Torah is that in so many ways it demands of us that we see the humanity of even our adversaries. And here is one example in the searing plea that Esau makes of his father Yitzchak after our ancestor Jacob usurps his blessing. So we sing this in the hopes and in the commitment that there truly be enough blessing for all children. Have you only one blessing? Can it be? Find a blessing too for me. My Father, find a blessing too for me. Have you only one blessing? Can it be? Find a blessing too for me. My Father, find a blessing too for me. And Esau raised his voice and he cried. And Esau raised his voice and he cried. Habracha achat hilecha avi barcheni gam ani avi barcheni gam ani. Habracha achat hilecha avi barcheni gam ani avi barcheni gam ani. Vayisa Esau kolo vayeh. Vayisa Esau kolo vayeh.
Have you only one blessing? Can it be? Find a blessing too for me. My Father, find a blessing too for me. Have you only one blessing? Can it be? Find a blessing too for me. My Father, find a blessing too for me.
This next piece I started trying to write more than 2 years ago. The chorus came to me based on a single line from the Haftarah, the prophetic selection from the book of Isaiah that is assigned to the story of Noah and the flood. And I finally found the words to the rest after Mina's Yom Kippur Haftarah song this year encouraged me to go back after searching far and wide for words to the verses, to go back to the Noah Haftarah and see what other words are in there. And I found them. And I think it provokes a question, probably a very timely question, about what relationship and what generativity is possible after a very painful rupture. Sing out, O barren one who has never given birth. Your descendants will spread out across the earth. You felt forsaken in your brokenness and shame. I see you fully, and I call you back by name. For though the mountains move and the hills may be shaken, I will stand with you. Though the mountains move and the hills may be shaken, I will stand with you. You have inflicted and received your share of grief. It's not too late to find redemption and relief. Though you feel tainted at the core, your soul is pure. My anger lasts a moment, it's my love that will endure. Though the mountains move and the hills may be shaken, I will stand with you. Though the mountains move and the hills may be shaken, I will stand with you. Enlarge the tent, make room for more. Don't be afraid of what's coming to the door. Enlarge the tent, make room for more. Don't be afraid of what's coming to the door. For though the mountains move and the hills may be shaken, I will stand with you. Sing it with us. Though the mountains move and the hills may be shaken, I will stand with you. The chorus again. Though the mountains move and the hills may be shaken, I will stand with you. last offering in this section, I want to share liturgy from the Shabbat morning songs of praise. And these words mean, all my bones shall recite, who is like you. And in our typical Shabbat morning service, we just mumble past these words. But I always thought that line should be set to a tune that encourages people to dance. So if you feel inspired to get up and dance, I'll know I've succeeded. What do you think? All right. Thank you so much for coming. So I just want to say I wanted to do something that would be sweet and fun and an opportunity to make music with wonderful people and showcase the wonderful music of wonderful people and bring our community together and maybe raise money for other sweet and fun things that would bring our community together. And we hit just over the rather arbitrary goal I set of $15,000. And I think it's really important to me to name that we succeeded because we don't always name our successes. So even though Ron Evans, doing his job as executive director, actually increased our goal, as you can see on the back of the program, to $20,000. In case any of you are inspired to give more, I think it's worth noting we did set an initial goal, and we succeeded. Yay. Out in the social hall, there is an ice cream sundae party sponsored by Barbara Bass, Jeremy Brown and Kara Schnoes, Leonard Harvey, Lori Levitas, Phil Moses, Julie Raskin, Carolyn Walker, and David Sprung, and 2 anonymous donors. I hope you will all enjoy. And if you're interested, we are willing to offer you one more song on the condition that a few more of you get up and dance to it. I don't hear a lot of applause for that. Yes, okay. This one is from Psalm 93 in the Shabbat liturgy, and it speaks about all the vast noise that can sometimes be coming at us, louder even than the breakers of the sea, so much noise it feels that it's going to swamp us, and yet there is a more powerful, more joyful, divine sound, if only we will listen for it, if only we will make it together. So we are in that new month of Adar, trying to increase our joy despite the many difficulties of this time. So we're going to make that joyful sound, and we've got the whole band up here. Can I have one more round of applause for these wonderful, many generations of TBI music? And at the beginning tonight, there was a 10-year-old here who told me she wants to perform in the next concert. So we're going to keep cultivating them. All right, may we remember to find the divine sound above all the noise.